Hello everyone and welcome to my channel and my video once again. To start with, I'm gonna start by saying a massive thank you to every single one of you out there that has watched my previous videos about watches or games. So if you could please let me know your thoughts onto the other videos on this one as well. Please bear in mind, again, I'm gonna say that I'm not a professional in doing this. I'm only doing it for fun. I love watches. I've got a tiny collection of about 50 watches. So from time to time, when I have a spare 10 minutes, I'm gonna put my phone on, record one of those videos, and express my opinions about some watches that I have in my collection. So again, a massive thank you to every single one of you out there that has liked or has dropped a comment onto my channel or even subscribed to my channel. So very big thank you for that, guys. So today I'm going to present to you I would say a lovely watch, which is a Nautis diver, global dive it's called, this one. They have only a few watches in their collection. I will start by with the fact that I got this watch from a pawn shop. I got it for a fairly good price. These ones, when you go online on Nautis website, those will cost you about $320 if I'm correct. So that would be what, about £250, 260 euros, something like that. So fairly cheap watch for what it is, because inside you can find the Ronda Swiss mechanism, which they are very precise and very good. It's a GMT, as you can see, so you can track down an extra time zone, which is brilliant. You have the Cyclop date in there, fairly nicely placed and arranged. It's not misaligned, everything is very nice in there. On the dial, on this global dive ones, they have some features on the dial. I'm gonna try to highlight them somehow. As you can see, it's like a sandy surface in there. Yeah, so that's pretty much the color that you see. Please bear in mind that I'm not using any filters. This is all natural sunlight from outside. There's no filter, no absolutely nothing in there. So this is how it looks like. Obviously you would see that bluish color when you move the watch. That's because this is a sapphire crystal glass that they used for it. So very good quality, hard to scratch. This one has got a tiny scratch on the glass. Let me see if I can see, just around the N in there. It's a very tiny scratch. Obviously you can't really see it, so I wasn't bothered too much with that when I bought it. So I have paid for this watch about £60 or £70, can't remember exactly. Very happy with it. Out of 50 watches, it is getting quite a bit of wrist time. Gas escape valve, which you don't really find it on many watches, and that is brilliant. And also this one has got a very interesting specification. This one is a 50 atmosphere watch, so you can dive with this one, you can dive down 500 meters, which is excellent, I would say. It hasn't been tested. I'm not a big diving fan. I'm scared of heights, and also I would say a bit claustrophobic, so if you put me deep down there, I'm gonna panic. So definitely any watch on my wrist would last more than I would by doing diving. Nonetheless, I would suppose they would be, you wouldn't have any issues with them. I only took this one in a pool or in a ocean swim, so no issue whatsoever with that. Everything was perfect. This is a 44 millimeter dial. As you can see, I have fairly tiny wrists, so I'm gonna put it on to show you exactly how it looks like. Okay, this is getting a bit strange. That's it. because I keep them quite, it's a slightly loose. I would say this one is perfect for my wrist. The fitting, it's not too loose, it's not too tight, so just about that. Yeah, so when you see this on my hand, it may look very big, but it's not. It's only because my wrist is very, very tiny. So as you can see, the brand in here as well, few scratches on the clasp, a very nicely built clasp like the ones you see on Seiko. Yeah, so goes nicely on, clips in perfectly, a bit loud, but still it does the job perfectly. Again, this is the Nautis watch Global Dive collection. Very, very, very pretty watch with a very pretty dial. The bezel around, it's again some Super Luminova, something like that it's called. I must stress that if you wake up in the middle of the night and it's total dark in the house, this watch is shining. So the lume on this watch is quite good. Wouldn't expect that normally, especially after a certain time. It will fade away, but it still out there. A lantern still perfect. The lume, it's gorgeous at night. Again, I'm gonna show you exactly how it looks like on the hand. This is obviously a budget watch, I would say, in the world of watch collectors, because obviously professional divers, I would say, from well-known watchmakers, they will cost you fairly sevenfold more than what this one will cost you. So yeah, so this would be, I don't know, to start with, I would say with what well-known watchmakers for divers, they would be, I would say, I'll start with Seiko, which is fairly cheap. They start at about 400-500 pounds, and then you would obviously go towards more expensive watches. I don't know, Longines, Hydro Conquest, and obviously you would go into the heavy ones like Omega and Rolex, and obviously the even more expensive ones in the diving collection, like Bell, or like what others are out there, Vacheron Constantin, Audemars Piguet, and so on. But yeah, so an entry-level watch for diving enthusiasts. A lovely watch, looking good on the wrist. You can find this on different colors. This one's a fairly greenish somehow color. You can find them on blue, I've seen, and some other colors as well. I'm gonna play with the bezel as well to show you guys how it goes. You can see the lume as well if I'm gonna cover it. Looking fairly nice. The bezel, I think, is got 120 clicks, so very nice, very smooth, does the job perfectly. I'm gonna remove it one more time from my hand, from my wrist, so you can see how it looks like. Fairly close. Again, Nautis Global Dive, 50 atmosphere, so quite deep. GMT, Ronda Swiss movement, Super Luminova or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how the bezel is called. Doing the job perfectly, keeping the time perfectly. Nice craftsmanship. I do like the watch. Bottom line, if you ever find some of them, not necessarily on the website if you don't want to spend $300, but I don't know, you may find them on eBay for fairly decent price. They are good watches, so go for it, I would say, if you ever find one. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please do not hesitate to drop me a comment or a like, or even subscribe to the page. If you didn't like it, by all means, please do let me know. I do appreciate the constructive feedback, so do carry on, drop me a comment as well, or dislike the video if that's gonna be more suitable for you. So once again, thank you everyone. I hope you have a brilliant day. I will see you next time.